Greetings, this is K8BWA, and my name is Andrew. Welcome to the Portage County Amateur Radio Service Incorporated Thursday night 2-meter net here on the K8IV repeater system. I'll be using the club call K8BF for the net. This repeater system also accepts inputs from Echolink, so I'll be asking for check-ins from around the corner to around the world here on the Kent repeater. This repeater receiver is located in Sugarbush Knolls using a PL tone of 118.8 plus Echolink through the K8BF-L Echolink node. I'll be your net control operator this evening. As always, if you have any emergency or priority traffic, you may break into this net at any time. This is a directed net, and all calls will go through net control. You don't have to be a member of PCARS to check in and say hello. Everyone is welcome. PCARS meets the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. The monthly meeting is held at the American Legion Post 496 in Kent. The post is located at 1945 Mogador Road. We look forward to seeing you there. The PCARS website is located at www.portcars.org. You can find out more information about PCARS on the website. PCARS also has a number of special interest groups that meet at the club site every Tuesday in Ravenna. Check out the latest award-winning newsletter on the club website for all the information on these and other PCARS activities. During this set, I'll take pauses when asking for Echolink check-ins since they have a slight delay in audio. When you check in, please give me your call sign, name, and location. I'll acknowledge each call sign as I get them. Please be aware that the repeater system has a 4-minute timeout. First, we will take Echolink check-ins and only Echolink. I've got it pulled up on my side, so we'll run through the roster, and we'll just keep an eye on things and check in as the net progresses if others join us. First off, let's check in with WB8OVQ. Bob, thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, I can't even talk tonight. Good evening, everyone. What a gorgeous day. I really don't have much for the net, but I could go for another week or two of this kind of weather. And hope everybody has recovered from field day. And that's about all I got. This is WB8OVQ, back to the net.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, it's such a beautiful day today. Really nice weather. I'm glad it's cooled off a little bit. Okay, we've also got Karen on the net, WD8BIW. Over to you, Karen.
Hi, this is Karen, WD8BIW in Uniontown. I had a good day today. I went down to Dinah, spent the day with my oldest sister, and we spent the day walking through the square of Medina, checking out the shops there and eating lunch there. It's just a really nice day to be outside and enjoying the weather, and so that was nice. And just looking forward to some more nice days. Saturday sounds like it's going to be kind of nasty, but I'm hoping after that it kind of cools down a little bit and be nice. And that's about all I have. I'm back to the net.
Very good. Thanks for joining us tonight, Karen. And yeah, it's a beautiful day to be walking around downtown. Very good. Okay, we've got one more on our list right now. Gary, WB2RPW. Thanks for joining us tonight, Gary, and over to you.
Good evening, Andrew, and everybody on the net. K8BF in the group, WB2RPW. Gary in Eatontown, New Jersey. Very good evening to everybody on the net. Recovered from field day and did some respectable points to add to the PCARS score because we did 1D. So, but we did contribute my score to PCARS, so glad to help, and recovered from field day. Let's see what else is new. It was about 84 degrees over here today, and just sat in the AC and tried to stay cool. A little bit of humidity. physical therapy starting next week for my knee. I got to go talk with them. So we'll see where that is, where that goes. But that's what's going on. K8BF in the group, WB2RPW.
Very good, Gary. Good luck with the appointment, and nice to hear you had a good time at Field Day. I did as well. I worked a digital station and made a few contacts, and it was real nice there on Sunday morning. Okay, so that takes care of Echolink for now. As I said, we'll check back in as we get more folks joining us. Let's go ahead and move on to local RF check-ins that have announcements or news for the net. Please call now. Okay, well, hearing nothing, let's just take a super quick break and run through a couple items here on the calendar. So our monthly meeting is coming up on July 8th at 7 p.m. at the American Legion in Kent. That is Monday, July 8th at 7 p.m. We've got a few other nice events coming up so far in July. We've got on the 25th, Net Night at the club site. Always a fun time to join us in person over in Ravenna and make some eyeball QSOs, check into the net from the club site. We've also got a POTA Parks on the Air event coming up on the 27th of July at Lake Milton. That's going to run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., and there's additional information on the club website at www.portcars.org. Finally, we've got a early August event here to mention, the VE test session. That's going to be August 3rd at 10 a.m. at the club site, and again, please check the club website for more information there. A great opportunity if you're looking to get a license or upgrade. You can do it with PCARS. Okay, with that, let me quickly identify this as the Thursday night Portage County Amateur Radio Service 2-meter net. Let's go ahead and look for any general local RF check-ins. Please call K8BF now.
WB8LCD, Tom in Sugarbush Knolls.
Tom, I got you at WB8 LCD. Next station, please call.
EA Golf Papa November, Tim in Kent.
Okay, Tim, I got you at Golf Papa November, but I missed the very beginning. Could you come back with that, please?
Whiskey 8, W8.
Yeah, I got you at W8GPN. Tim, I got you in the book. Next station, please call.
N8QE, Bob in Talmadge.
Bob, I got you. Talmadge, N8QE, thank you much. Let's look for a couple more. Next station, please call.
8KNO, Joe in Hiram.
Okay, Joe, I got you at W8KNO in Hiram. And let's take one more. Please go ahead and call. Had a hard time with that station. I believe it ended in something like EDJ maybe. And Roger, could you come back with that, please? Last station calling, please try again. Okay, station calling, you're not quite making it. If you're mobile or portable, maybe if you could try just calling us again when you're in a little bit different location. You know, sometimes things work out just a little bit better if you move, but if you'll just give us a call again here in a few minutes, we'll see if you can make it. In the meantime, let's check in with Tom in Sugarbush Knolls, WB8 LCD. Over to you, Tom.
K8BF in the net, this is WB8 LCD. Hey, good evening, everybody. Wow, it was a crazy weekend last weekend. I know it was for you guys too, but I think I probably put more miles on the car. but that's part of the job and part of the fun actually of being section manager, and just interesting all the people that you meet as you drive along. And as I say over and over and over again, there are some really neat, interesting, and super nice people in the Ohio section. So I encourage you to get out and meet as many of them as you can. Looking forward to the 4th of July weekend coming up here. I don't get too many days off, it seems like, but I'm looking forward to it. And then Saturday, July 6th, we'll be down at the Mansfield Trunk Fest if anybody wants to come out for that. And you did mention Net Night at the club site coming up in July, and that's going to be a special one. We're going to do another PCARS mini ham fest. So I will have some details on that coming out, but start putting your stuff together, put the price tags on it, and I'll get the news out next week maybe, and give you all the details on what we're going to do. But it'll be kind of like the one we had in February. Just it'll be nice outside, hopefully. So with that, I'm going to say 7-3, and hope to hear you on the air and see you out there. WB8LCD, back to net.
Very good, thank you, Tom. Okay, next up on my list is Tim, W8GPN. Over to you, Tim.
Howdy, howdy. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Got through the weekend, helped set up Saturday, and then operated Sunday from noon to 2 on 20 meters. Made several contacts. Tried doing it from home, actually Saturday, and I think I got about 10 contacts. And other than that, just doing yard work, cut the grass today, and just doing stuff around the house, entertaining thoughts of going to Bike Week up in Gettysburg in a couple weeks. So that's about it with me. Back to K8BF Whiskey 8 Golf Papa November.
Very good. Nice to hear you had a good time at Field Day, and thanks for joining us tonight, Tim. Okay, next up is Bob in Talmadge, NAQE. Over to you, Bob.
Yeah, good evening to you, Andrew, and everybody on the net. Again, PCARS Field Day at Freedom Township Park was a lot of fun this year. I enjoyed it. I was out there both Saturday and Sunday helping set up, tear down, and operate, and it's just a lot of fun. Field Day is so much fun with PCARS. Other than that, spent some time on 6 meters today. The band was pretty open to Midwest, Southwest, and out to California and Oregon, so I made quite a few contacts, and that was a lot of fun. Other than that, I enjoyed the less than 95-degree weather, that's for sure. Today was beautiful. Wish all days were like that. All right, back to you, Andrew, NAQE.
Thank you, Bob, and that sounds like a great day on 6 meters. I got to get on and check that out. It seems like now is the time, and it's so exciting to make those kind of further contacts on that band. It's so much fun, so thanks for mentioning that. Okay, next up we've got Joe and Hiram, W8KNO. Thanks for joining us tonight, Joe. Over to you.
Thank you, Andrew, and good evening to everyone else on the net. It's good to be here. Also, I played in Field Day at the club site. I had a good time. 4 to 6 in the morning. Wasn't too active, but I still was able to make some contacts and add to the score. So that was the good thing. And I did operate a little bit from home. I was going to operate for the last hour and a half of the contest. I got started, and my daughter called and talked to me for an hour. So it didn't amount to much, but I still had fun. So everyone enjoy, and I should see you at the club meeting. W8KNO.
Very good. Thank you, Joe. I feel like those early morning field day shifts are kind of refreshing. But man, that makes for a long day too. Okay, well, we've had a couple folks join us here on Echolink, so we'll check in with them and then we'll circle back for a few more RF check-ins. Next up on Echolink, we've got Mike, KP4VZ. Over to you, Mike.
Thank you, Andrew. Good evening to all on frequency. Well, I really have fun this field day. We know how I really enjoy doing ham radio, and especially with you guys. I want to remind everybody, I don't hear it mentioning, but on the 27th of July, we have a POTA event in Lake Milton. We're going to be sitting in QST prison. That's all I have. Back to you, Net Control.
Very good, thanks, Mike. Yeah, as Mike said, there's a Parks on the Air event at Lake Milton on July 27th, so there will be a QST about that coming out shortly, and I'll repeat that as the net chugs along. Okay, we've got another station here on Echolink. We'll check in with Tim, W8HFZ. Over to you, Tim.
K8BF in the net from W8HFZ. Good evening. Haven't checked in a long, long time. I'm usually working now Thursday and Friday evenings from 2 to midnight, and I'm in a location where I don't have Echolink access, and I can't reach the repeater via RF. So I just happen to be off tonight. I just returned from a trip to Tennessee and Kentucky, where my granddaughter was competing in her final dance competition before she goes off to college. So let me get a quick reset here. And I enjoyed field day. I'm sorry I didn't get up to the PCARS site. I did hit about five or six sites between Saturday and Sunday. But unfortunately, I didn't get up to PCARS, so I hope everybody had a good time. Everybody stayed cool in the hot air and scored well in the competition. So with that, I'll say 73. Hope everybody has a awesome 4th of July, as again, I'll be working next Thursday night, so I won't be able to check in. So I'll give everybody an early 4th of July wish now. 73 all. K8BF from W8HFZ.
Thank you, Tim, and I'm happy you were able to join us tonight. Thanks for jumping in with your time that you're available here. Okay, well, let me take a quick minute to identify this as the Portage County Amateur Radio Service 2-meter net here on the K8IV repeater. We're here every Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. Anybody is welcome to join us. You just need to call with your call sign, name, and location. So with that, let's take a few more check-ins. Please call now.
Alpha Charlie 8, Juliet Romeo, AC8JR, Andy, Washington Township.
Okay, Andy, I got you. AC8JR, thank you much. Next station, please call.
Kilo Delta 8, Oscar Bravo Alpha, Ken in Ravenna.
Okay, I copied Ken in Ravenna, KD8OBA. There's another station doubling with them. That station, please call now.
Whiskey 8 kilowatt Foxtrot Whiskey, Carl, Ravenna Township.
Okay, I got you, Carl, W8KFW. Thank you very much. Next station, please call now.
There might have been a triple, KE8ARB, Brandon and Manaway.
Brandon, I got you. Thank you much. KE8ARB coming at us from Manaway. Okay, next station, please call.
KF
Brimfield Township.
Okay, Joe in Brimfield, I'm almost certain I messed up your call sign. Is that KF8TTQ?
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Delta Quebec.
Gotcha. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Delta Quebec. Joe, got you much. Thank you for the phonetics there. Okay, let's look for another couple check-ins. Next station, please call.
No.
Station calling, I didn't quite make it. Please try again. Still not quite making it into the machine. You're opening the squelch, but it's just real noisy in the background. And let's try it one more time and just see what happens. Okay, nothing heard on that one. Next station, please go ahead and call, and the station that was trying previously, if you want to try one more time, let's give it a shot. I'll see if I can pick you up on the input, maybe.
K8TOA, Greg in Bainbridge.
Okay, I got you, Greg. K8TOA, thank you much.
N8WCP, Mike in Ruthstown.
Okay, I got you, Mike. N8WCP. Let's do one more, and then we'll start it out. Okay, with that, let's circle back up to Andy in Washington Township, AC8JR. Up to you, Andy. Thank you.
Good evening, Andrew, and everybody else out there on the airwaves. Yeah, I haven't been on for a while. My apologies. And I tell you, I just had a birthday. So my kids, and they decided to buy me a lifetime fishing license for the state. Now I thought, okay, that sounds like a good deal. I think maybe they want me to go out and get lost or something. I'm not sure. Anyhow, everything else is going good. I do have to put up a new antenna lead or line for my HF rig. My coax went bad on the old one, and it was up for quite a while. Anyhow, I'll just turn it back to net. AC8JR.
Thanks, Andy, and happy birthday, and I'm jealous of that lifetime fishing license. I feel, I usually do those 3 years now that they're an option, and it's kind of cool to not be renewing all the time, but you don't have to renew ever, so that's real awesome. So congratulations on that, and thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, we've got Carl in Ravenna, KD8OBA. Over to you, or Ken, I'm sorry. Ken in Ravenna, KD8OBA. Over to you.
Oh, okay, dokie. Okay, well, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Hope everybody had a good day. I've been busy outside pretty much all day, out there enjoying the sunshine. So, with that, I'll just say good night to everybody. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll catch everybody later on. KD8OBA, back to net.
Ken, and nice to have you on the net tonight. Okay, now down to Carl in Ravenna, W8KFW. Over to you, Carl.
Yeah, this is Carl, W8KFW, and looking forward to July 27th. And anyhow, today I made the attempt. I went to the park over here in Ravenna. West Branch, and I tried doing the POTA, and I got started, and I was able to get 5 contacts, and then the battery went dead on the computer. So that killed that. But anyways, I'm getting there. At least this time I got 5 contacts I was able to send off to the Parks and Gear, but still working on it. But I'll get it. And let's see what else. Field day was a lot of fun. And that's about it over here. And back to net control. This is W8KFW.
Very good, Carl. I'm happy to hear you got out to the park and still had fun, even with the battery dying. I feel like part of the Parks on the Air philosophy is that your station is never really finished. There's always something new to improve. That's just part of the deal. And as time goes on, you kind of tinker with different things, and whether it's your antenna or whatever. I've started playing around with solar panels, a new wormhole there in terms of Parks on the Air. So anyway, glad to hear you had fun, and likewise, I think the 27th will be a lot of fun. I've actually not been out to the Lake Milton Park, so I'm looking forward to that as well. And speaking of Parks on the Air, let's move down to Brandon in Manaway, K8ARB. Over to you, Brandon.
K8BF, this is K8ARB. Carl, I'm glad you were out at the park. It's good to hear you're getting out there, and if I've said it once, I've said it a dozen times. The worst day in POTA is still better than the best day at work. So anyway, glad you're getting out there. It's a lot of work to do this stuff. I don't think people truly have an appreciation for how much effort goes into this stuff, but it is a lot of work, and I appreciate that you're out there activating. So anyhow, the boys and I went out to Indiana last week, and we had a great time. We logged 780 miles on the bus, and I think it was for a total of about 14 hours of driving, round trip. And we were out there driving RC cars and in the sweltering heat. Now, I'm going to pick on folks who call 52% humidity and 95 degrees hot, because it's not. And just for a point of reference, right now my house is at 58% humidity with the air conditioning on. So no more empathy from me. The weatherman out there said it's going to be humid today, and it was 52%. And I thought, well, I guess it could be worse. He could have been right. Anyway, with that, let me let the repeater drop here for a second. And we'll come back here and we'll just say, yeah, the event on the 27th of July is looking to be coming together now. We got together last week at 2 weeks ago at West Branch and put together a couple ideas and got things figured out. So that event should be a lot of fun. We're looking to have several clubs involved with it, and we're looking to really grow the way we do our park petitions. We've had a lot of people show up, and they want to set up a station, and there just isn't room, and we're going to accommodate that this time. We're going to figure out how many spots we need to fill. We're also going to have some portable people setting up solar and battery. I heard what you were saying, Andrew, and so we're going to have people set up in the middle of nowhere. And it should be a lot of fun. It'll be a little bit different. We will still have food. We'll still have a lot of good time fellowshipping under the pavilion and playing radio. So it should be a lot of fun. I hope I haven't forgotten anything, but I think I better turn it back to net. K8BF, this is KE8ARB.
Good. Thanks for joining us tonight, Brandon, and as always, for organizing cool events like that. The multi-club POTA sounds like a really exciting time. So just to reiterate what you were saying, that'll be on July 27th. That is a Saturday from 9 to 3. Keep your eyes peeled for additional information on the club website. Okay, we've got a few more stations to check in with so far, but let me run through just a couple quick calendar announcements. So we've got our monthly meeting coming up at the American Legion Post in Kent. That is going to be Monday, July 8th at 7 p.m. On the 25th of July, we've got Net Night at the club site. As Tom mentioned, that is going to be a mini hamfest with more information to follow, so keep your eye open for some more information on that through QST and on the club website. We just talked about the Lake Milton Multi-Club POTA on the 27th, and we've also got our VE testing session coming up on August 3rd, 10 a.m. at the club site. For more information, please check out our website at www.portcars.org. This is the Thursday night 2-meter net here with the Portage County Amateur Radio Service on the K8IV repeater system. Next up, let's check in with Joe in Brimfield, KF8ADQ. Over to you, Joe.
KF8ADQ, Joe. Not a whole lot new here, just normal work stuff. Did have a great time at Field Day. I really appreciate everyone giving me a hand at my first field day that I attended, and kind of feel bad that I didn't make any contacts to my shift on 20 meters other than duplicates. But I had a great time. Jealous of the nice radio that I got to use, comparing it to the IC718 that I have here. That was a beautiful rig. Had a lot of fun, and had great company with everyone, and really enjoyed it, and look forward to doing it again next year. So it's KF8ADQ, back to net.
Hey, great to hear, Joe. And field day is about having fun. So as long as you had fun, it's a good field day. Okay, we've got Greg in Bainbridge. Next up, KA8TOA. Good evening, Greg.
Good evening, Andrew, and everybody else out there. Happy birthday to those celebrating their birthday, and congrats on the fishing license. Good for you. Well, let's see what else is happening. I had fun at field day, like everybody else, and it was hot, that's for sure. I was able to make about 15 contacts there on the 20-meter station, but we were running 80 meters at night, so that worked out okay. So that was fun. So overall, great weekend. Tiring, but fun. And good food. Tony did a great job organizing everything, so it all worked out. I'm pretty sure it was a great time for everybody. So that's about it on that end, Andrew. All right, anything else happening? No, I haven't played any radio since. I did play a couple weeks before field day there, West Virginia QSO party. And so basically that's all my radio stuff I've been doing. Finished up one of my projects around here, splitting wood, getting ready for this coming heating season. But that's all done, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's all on the water. So with that, 73 is good job, Andrew. Thanks for picking the net up. KBF, KA8TOA.
Thank you, Greg. It seems wrong to be talking about splitting wood now, but you're on the ball, and that kind of thing pays off. So good job to you. Okay, we're coming up to the bottom of the list. We've got Mike in a WCP. Over to you, Mike.
Hey, good afternoon, Andrew, and everybody on net. Yes, field day was a good time, and I certainly do appreciate everybody that worked 20-meter station. I think we did pretty well, and unfortunate for Joe that the band just didn't work out for him during his time slot, but Joe, keep in mind next year is always going to be better, so we'll make lots of contacts next year. Other than that, just putting things away from field day. It was kind of wet. The rain held off until exactly the end of field day when it came time to take all the antennas down, so I've got everything spread out in the back garage drying off, and I'm going to put that away. And looking forward this weekend to working with Rick and the EM group to do the Headwaters Adventure Race. So that's what we got planned for this weekend. With that, everybody have a great evening and good weekend, and we'll catch everyone down the log from NAWCP.
Very good. Thanks for for joining us tonight, Mike, and fingers crossed for decent weather on Saturday. I'll see you at the race, and hopefully it's not too wet for us. Okay, well, we are at the bottom of the list here. Anybody that would like to join us tonight on the net, you are welcome to. Just give me a quick call with your call sign, name, and location. So let's take a few check-ins. Please call now.
TUI, Mike and Ravenna.
Pardon.
Yeah, I got KB8TUI, Mike and Ravenna. Thank you. There's another station in there. Please go ahead and call again.
Jack, N8BI.
I got you, Jack. Thank you. N8BI. Next station, please call.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor K8WVV. Ethan in Manaway.
Okay, I got you, Ethan. Thanks for joining us tonight. K8WVV. There's another station in there doubling. Please call now.
K8BF, this is Whiskey Alpha 8, Uniform Whiskey Victor, Doug in Talmadge.
Okay, I got you, Doug. Thank you. WA8UWV. Thank you much. And let's look for one more. Please call now.
WCK, Rick in Shalersville.
Good evening, Rick. I got you. Thank you. KD8WCK. Okay, let's check in with Mike and Ravenna, KB8TUI. Over to you, Mike.
This is Mike and KB8TUI. Yeah, I want to thank everybody that helped with the VHF station. We seemed to, well, we had our problems. If you were there, you knew it. But we still managed to get, I think we got about 60 contacts, which is about what we got last year. So we were kind of consistent there. But 6 meters just kind of rolled in, rolled out, rolled in, rolled out. Yeah, just couldn't do steady contacts and stuff. So, but then I had, well, generation problems of, you know, my generator went out. And we had to make do, and we did. So we overcame. So that was good. That makes it fun. So anyway, back to net. KB8TUI.
Thanks, Mike. I'm glad everything worked out there, and sounds like it was a good time nonetheless. Okay, we've got Jack, N8BI. Jack, could you let me know your location, please?
Yeah, good evening, N8BI. And I don't know what's on, something's... Yeah, I've got an intermittent antenna, that's a problem. Jack, Chardon, I'm actually Munson Township, just south of the center of town. And only here for a little bit. My antenna's intermittent. I'm running the amp to make it, and as soon as the wind blows, it'll probably go back out. So, in any event, thought I'd check in. Field day was great. There Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon, Saturday night. Worked out really well. It was kind of hot Saturday, though. Anyway, that's it. We'll be reading the mail. November 8th, Bravo, India.
Very good, Jack. Thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, when you're in, you're in. You sound great. So hopefully everything works out with your antenna there. And like I said, thanks for joining us. Okay, let's move on down to Ethan in Manaway, K8BV. Over to you, Ethan.
K8WVV. Well, everybody on the net. I don't have a whole lot going on. We're kind of doing a little bit of reorganization and unpacking from going out to Indiana. And I'll give a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more detail. We were heading down there for Axial Fest, and we had probably about 2
2-3 weeks. We had about a month, and then we were like, okay, we're going. And then we were like, okay, get the vehicle ready to sleep in and eat out of and all that sort of stuff. And got that all done-ish. We had it mostly done. And then we got it all packed and drove out there, which was quite the drive, but very scenic and very nice to drive through in Indiana and western Ohio. I don't know if that's a place technically, but that's where we were. And then we got there and started setting stuff up, and the tent poles were forgotten. So then we had to figure out a different sleeping arrangement inside the bus, and that was a whole problem, I guess. And but we got that figured out, and we had a whole lot of fun. And just gonna pick on the Chinesium battery that I got at a raffle. Went up and picked up some stuff, and I got a 57.7 kilowatt hour battery, and it's probably about 4 inches long, 5 inches long. See if you can spot the problem with that. Anyways, had lots of fun, and I've been making a couple custom parts, and I got a new crawler, and I made body panels for it out of aluminum, and they look really nice, and even though they're scratched up, they function just the same, and they give that little extra I did that factor. Alright, I'm going to hand this back to Net. 73 K8BF.
That sounds like a great trip. In my opinion, a trip becomes an adventure when something unexpected happens. And unexpected can be all kinds of different things, like your tent stakes or whatever. I went camping and was planning to make barbecue and left a key part of my smoker at home one time. That's what makes it a fun adventure that you can look back on and really be proud of. So having to come up with a bus sleeping arrangement instead of your tent certainly fits the bill. And also, I'd like more information on that battery. That sounds great. I could use the 57 kilowatt battery. Okay, let's check in with Doug in Talmadge, WA8UWV. Over to you, Doug.
Thank you, Andrew. K8BF, this is WA8UWV in Talmadge. And what have we been up to? We've got got a couple of brackets mounted to the barn for HF vertical. And we'll see how that works out. It was actually a little bit of a challenge getting those brackets mounted to an old barn. Anyway, that's about all I've been up to. Everybody have a good evening. Back to Net. K8BF WA8UWV.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Doug, and I hope you have good luck with the rest of your antenna project there. Okay, we've got Rick from Shalersville, KD8WCK. Thanks for joining us tonight, Rick.
BF in the Net, this is KD8WCK. Well, I want to ask you all to mark your calendars for, could be anything SIG in July. We do this on the 5th Tuesday when there are 5 Tuesdays. And we've got a work session set up for Replay for Kids, where we get the opportunity to fix toys that can then be sent out to kids with disabilities, and they permit them to play with stuff they wouldn't otherwise be able to manipulate. There'll be more information in the newsletter, and there will be updated information in QSTs as we get closer to the day. But Tuesday evening, on the 30th of July. Oh, and possibly we will have some sewing repairs as well as electrical and mechanical, and I will follow up on that for sure, because I know at least 2 people had asked me if there was any opportunity to do sewing repair of toys. Let me break for a second, Andrew. Hang on. Fun on Field Day. Flex Station was really well organized. Really can't thank K8CAV enough. He really does a great job organizing things, and even though it looked complicated, it went up and down very simply. Mara and I worked midnight to 4 a.m., and we made a lot of contacts. I think maybe we made more than we did last year. I hope so. So that's a good thing. And to Ethan, I have a 40 kilowatt battery in my car, and it weighs 650 pounds. So I wonder if you could direct me to where I could get a battery like that. I could save a lot of weight on that car. Back to net. This is K8WCK.
Hey Rick, thanks for mentioning the replay for kids there as part of the Could Be Anything SIG, which will be on July 30th, that Tuesday. More information to follow on the website, but that sounds really cool. I've been wanting to come out for one of those for quite some time, and I think that this one might actually work, so hopefully I will see you there. Okay, well, that brings us down to the bottom of the list. This is the Thursday night 2-meter PCARS net here on the K8IV repeater system. If you'd like to join us, please call now with your call sign, name, and location.
Kilo Delta 8, Uniform Oscar Lima, Rob in Talmadge, Ohio.
Rob, I got you, KD8UOL, Uniform Oscar Lima. Let's just go direct to you for comments, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, this is KD8UOL, Rob in Talmadge. That Could Be Anything SIG sounds interesting in that replay. I do a little bit of sewing on the side, so that might be something I'd be interested in weighing in on.
Well, I think we'd be glad to have you, and like Rick said, there will be more information to come there on the club website or through the QST system, so keep an eye out there and look forward to having you, and I'm hoping I'll make it as well. It sounds real nice.
All right, very good, and that's about all for me, so I'll close back to that. KD8UOL.
Very good, thank you, Rob. Okay, next station, please go ahead and call now.
Hello, Echo 8 Tango Quebec Romeo, KE8TQR, in and out. Have a great net, 7-3.
Very good, I got you in and out, but could I ask you to come back with your name and location, please?
KE8TQR coming back. Sorry about that. It's Keith in Uniontown. And have a great net, 7-3.
Very good, thanks for joining us tonight, Keith. I got you in the log there, KE8TQR, very good. Okay, next station, please go ahead and call now. Well, let's take a quick pause to run through the calendar announcements here one more time. First up, we've got our monthly meeting coming up at the American Legion Post in Kent. That is going to be Monday, July 8th at 7 p.m. As with any of our events, you can find more information on the calendar and on our homepage and through our QST system. Our website is located at www.portcars.org. Next up, on the 25th of July, we've got Net Night at the club site. That's going to be a mini Hamfest event again. Tom, WBLCD, is going to be sending out more information about that as the month progresses, so keep your eye out for that. July 27th, we've got our Lake Milton Parks on the Air POTA event. That's going to run from 9 to 3. More information also there is available on the website. It sounds like it's going to be a real fun time. Quite the event out there with multiple clubs and great organization. Great excuse to get outside and play radio, or just come out and see how people arrange their setups and whatnot for operating parks on the air if you're curious about that. Next up, on July 30th, as Rick, KD8WCK, mentioned, our Could Be Anything SIG, which is the 5th Tuesday of the month when we've got 5 Tuesdays, is going to be here July 30th, and that will be a replay for kids event, which is really cool. You're helping fix up and modify toys so that kids can use them. And then finally, moving into August 3rd, we've got our VE testing session at the club site at 10 a.m. More information is available there at www.portcars.org. Okay, having run through all the events, let's take one more pass for any check-ins or rechecks. Please call K8BF now. Last call. If you'd like to join us, please call K8BF with your call sign, name, and location. We'd be happy to have you. Okay, well, hearing nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and close this net. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time to check in. Your participation is very much appreciated. PCARS would especially like to thank the K8IV repeater owner for allowing us to use the repeater system for the PCARS net. I'll now turn the repeater back to regular amateur use. 7-3 to everyone. Hope to hear you again soon. K8BF is clear, and KE8BWA is clear. Good evening.